Hello everyone and welcome back to Daily Military. For the first time in a decade, 3 U.S. Navy carrier strike groups, CSGs, coordinated operations in the Indo-Asia Pacific. The USS Nimitz, CVN-68, USS Theodore Roosevelt, CVN-71, and USS Ronald Reagan, CVN-76, strike groups staged a complex series of air and sea exercises, demonstrating America's capability to rapidly bring together forces from 3 strike groups in response to any regional situation. Ours is the only Navy on Earth capable of coordinating such complex operations. These exercises are a testament to the U.S. Pacific Fleet's ironclad commitment to securing lasting peace and stability in the Indo-Asia Pacific. USS Nimitz, CVN-68, is the aircraft carrier of the United States Navy, and the first ship of its class. One of the world's largest warships, she was moored, launched and served as CVN-68, then rechristened CVN-68, nuclear-powered multi-role carrier, on June 30, 1975 as part of a fleet realignment. The ship was named after the commander of the Pacific Fleet in World War II, Chester W. Nimitz, as the 3rd Fleet Admiral in the U.S. Navy. USS Nimitz was based at Naval Station Norfolk until 1987, when she moved to the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard in Bremerton, Washington. After refueling and complex overhaul in 2001, the base was changed to NAS North Island in San Diego, California. Port Nimitz was again transferred to Naval Station Everett in 2012. In January 2015, Nimitz moved from Naval Station Everett to Naval Base Kitsap. With the retirement of USS Enterprise in 2017, USS Nimitz is now the oldest operating U.S. carrier, and the oldest operating carrier in the world. The USS Nimitz, CVN-68, and Nimitz Carrier Strike Group arrives at Busan, South Korea, March 27, 2023, on a routine port visit. The Nimitz Carrier Strike Group routinely interacts and operates with allies and partners in preserving a free and open Indo-Pacific region. The flagship of Carrier Strike Group, CSG-10, George H. W. Bush CSG, the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier USS George H. W. Bush, CVN-77, was announced as the Commander, Naval Air Force, Atlantic, CNAL, Calendar Year 2022 Battle Effectiveness E Award recipient, March 29, 2023. The award comes while George H. W. Bush and George H. W. Bush CSG are on a regularly scheduled deployment to the U.S. Naval Forces Europe U.S. Naval Forces Africa, NAVFOR, Area of Operations, AO. This award is recognition of the grit and determination of the crew of George H. W. Bush, said Rear Admiral Dennis Velez, Commander, CSG-10, George H. W. Bush Carrier Strike Group. I am extremely proud of Captain Pollard and his crew. George H. W. Bush is the centerpiece of our strike group, and the Avengers' teamwork and professionalism, whether supporting our embarked staffs and squadrons, increasing the NATO alliance's capability and connectedness, or providing integrated deterrence against our adversaries, is second to none. In addition to naming George H. W. Bush as the CNAL recipient of the 2022 award and USS Ronald Reagan, CVN-76, as the Commander, Naval Air Force, U.S. Pacific Fleet recipient, the message identified which departmental awards each aircraft carrier earned in the competition. George H. W. Bush earned departmental awards for air, combat systems, deck, damage control, health services, navigation, operations, intelligence, reactor, safety, security, supply, weapons, and carrier maintenance. This award is a reflection of the sailors aboard our ship who put in the hard work to bring this ship to life each day as warriors, teachers, leaders, and ambassadors at home and abroad, said Captain Dave Pollard, commanding officer of George H. W. Bush. It is also a testament of our young, first-line leaders who have held high standards and created a culture of excellence for our most junior sailors to learn and thrive in throughout workups and deployment. All permanently assigned personnel who were on board for at least a day are eligible for the Battle E ribbon. Embarked staff, Carrier Air Wing, temporary assigned duty, and civilian personnel are not eligible. The Battle Efficiency E awards for naval aviation units are outlined in COMNAVR for NST 1650.15 and Annual Aviation-Related Awards Instruction. George H.W. Bush is the flagship of CSG-10, George H.W. Bush CSG. CSG-10 is comprised of George H.W. Bush, Carrier Air Wing, CBW-7, Destroyer Squadron, Dies-Roon, 26, the Information Warfare Commander, and the Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser USS Lady Gulf, CG-55. The ships of Dies-Roon 26 within CSG-10 are the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers USS Nitze, DDG-94, USS Truxtun, DDG-103, and USS Delbert D. Black, DDG-119. The squadrons of CBW-7 embarked aboard the George H.W. Bush are the Sidewinders of Strike Fighter Squadron, VFA-86, the Jolly Rogers of VFA-103, the Nighthawks of VFA-136, the Pukin Dogs of VFA-143, the Bluetails of Carrier Airborne Early Warning Squadron, VAW-121, the Patriots of Electronic Attack Squadron, VAQ-140, the Night Dippers of Helicopter Sea Combat Squadron, HSC-5, and the Grandmasters of Helicopter Maritime Strike Squadron, HSM-46. For over 80 years, U.S. Naval Forces Europe-Africa, NAVFOR, has forged strategic relationships with allies and partners, leveraging a foundation of shared values to preserve security and stability. Headquartered in Naples, Italy, NAVFOR operates U.S. naval forces in the U.S. European Command and U.S. Africa Command areas of responsibility. U.S. 6th Fleet is permanently assigned to NAVFOR, and employs maritime forces through the full spectrum of joint and naval operations. The George H.W. Bush CSG is on a scheduled deployment in the NAVFOR area of operations, employed by U.S. 6th Fleet to defend U.S., allied, and partner interests.